Hello everyone, I am Punyakeerthi BL. Welcome to my Python for Generative AI learning series. In this series, we are focusing on Python basics that will help us to building strong foundation for implementing generative AI concepts. So let's dive in and start today's session. Today's topic is understanding functions in Python. Let's explore basics of code reusability and docstrings. Let's start with some introduction. So, the introduction is why functions matter. Imagine you are working on a large data set or large project, say, for example, programming a self driving car. Would you write an entire code for steering, braking, and acceleration every single time? Of course not, right? That would be confusing and inefficient. This is where functions come in. Functions allow us to organize code into small, reusable blocks that perform specific tasks. By using functions, we make our code cleaner and easier to read. We can reuse logic multiple times. We reduce errors by avoiding repetition. We make debugging and maintenance much simpler. In short, functions bring structure and modularity to our programs. It is an essential habit for any Python developer. So we understand why function, but let's start with what is a function. A function is a block of code that performs a specific task when called. It is defined once but can be used many times. Think of it as like a mini program inside your program. Let's look at basic structure. This is the basic structure with definition by function print x is equal to 10, print x into x. Let's break it down. So def definition. This is a keyword means define a function. My function. This is the name of the function. You can choose any descriptive name. As of now, I am using the my function as the name of the function. So parentheses are used to include parameters data you want to pass to the function. Here it's empty, meaning no inputs are needed. Colon. The colon marks the start of the function's body. The indented lines below form the function body where the logic lives. Now there's a key point. Defining a function does not run it. Python only runs the code when you call the function. To call the function, just write its name followed by parentheses like this my function. So we can understand the function definition basic everything. But now we can code that one here. So I coded when I run this, it is compiled. But it is not called or whatever activities should be done, nothing has been executed. So this code will be executed when we call like this my function and parameter like this. So when we run, now we are able to see hello Python world. So x is equal to 10, 10 into 10, 10 to the power of 10 is this is the value we are getting. So when you call it, Python execute all the statements inside. In our example, it prints or the output. We come to now. Let's understand the dry principle. Don't repeat yourself. Functions help us follow one of the golden rules of programming. That is dry, which stands for don't repeat yourself. Instead of writing the same code over and over, you put it inside a function and call it whenever needed. This saves time, reduces mistakes, and makes your programs scalable. So this is all about dry. Let's go with next topic, document your functions with docstrings. When working on large projects or collaborating with others, it's important to make your code self-explanatory. That means that's where docstrings come in. So what is a docstring? A docstring, a short for documentation string, is a text description that explains what your functions do. It's written as a first line inside a function using a triple quotes. Okay, for example, you are able to see here, I am able to see, so say hello. This is the function. So it is does not make any differences here. Say hello, we are passing name, print hello name. But here we can have a definition for this. This function greets the person whose name is provided. So that is the docstring. So how to call this? Let's run this first. Then we can say hello. I will make it as Punya. Then when we run, see hello Punya. Hello replaced Punya. So we can understand. Here the triple quoted line is the docstring. This function greets the person whose name is provided. It clearly tells anyone reading the code what the function does. You don't need to explain how it works, just what it does. Let's understand best practices for writing docstrings. According to PEP 257, that is Python style guide for docstrings, always use triple double quotes. Okay, even for one line docstrings. End the description with a period. For more complex functions, use multi-line docstrings that include a brief summary, a blank line, a more detailed explanation if necessary. So here the example for whatever we can try. So in this example, what we are going to do, let's understand something. So calculate area with parameter radius. So calculate the area of a circle. So docstrings are ended. So one line of explanation. After that we have dot period. So space we gave as a new line. This function takes the radius of the circle as input and returns the calculate area using formula. This is the docstring for explanation, whatever steps we have to follow. Let's call this function with calculate area with parameter 2. Then when we run 2 into 3.4, so we are getting 12.56. That means radius into 3.14. So accessing docstrings. We return a docstring. Python gives you two ways to view a function's docstring using help function. Let's see help. We can try that one. We have say hello. What is the docstring for that? So I will try help say hello. So when we run this, so help on function say hello in module main. Say hello will be like this function greets the person whose name is provided. This is the docstring for this function. So what I will do, I will add this like this, say hello, then calculate area also we can try. So in calculate area, you are able to see whatever docstring added, that is also shown. So that is one point. Next one is using the doc attribute called dunder doc. So that means double underscore doc. So how to get that one? Let's try that one using print statement. So help also we tried. Second statement is say hello dot docstring we are getting. So when we run, we are getting the docstring of that function. So these methods make it easy to understand code, especially when working with functions written by others. So go with next topic, function naming conventions. To keep your code clean and consistent, follow these simple naming guidelines. Use snake case for function names, all lowercase with underscore. That is calculated total. So this one is not allowed or it is not a standard for naming conventions. Avoid reserved words like list, print, or input as function names. Using them can override Python's built-in functions and cause errors. Third point is make sure each function has a single clear purpose. For example, a function named clean data should only clean data. If you also need to process it, create another function like process data. This separation keeps your functions focused, reusable, and easy to debug. This all about function naming conventions. So let's go for summary and next steps. In this lesson, you learned how to define and call a function in Python. Then what functions are and why they are used. The importance of dry, that is don't repeat yourself principle. How to document functions using docstrings. Also how to access docstrings using help method and doc double dunder things. Next, best practices for naming and structuring functions. So this is all we learned today. Thank you for watching today's session. This is part of Python for Generative AI learning series. I am Punyakeerthi BL. If you found this helpful, please subscribe to my channel for more videos. Also feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. The link is in description. See you in the next session. Thank you very much.